Hi everyone, to all of you and a very good afternoon. Welcome to Crack Grade B. एक बार मुझे confirm करो if you can hear me properly and see me properly. um, okay. I think anyone else watching this, help me out. So we will continue now doing reading comprehension questions जो हमारे CSAT के लिए होंगे. You please remember a couple of things. आपके inference के question हैं, assumptions के questions हैं. You try to read the question first and then go through the passage, try and understand passage पूरे में से आंसर देना है या conclusion wise आंसर देना है. और there is a specific question like we saw जो 2022 में भी पूछे गए थे. We are continuing with 2022 PYQ. आप लोगों को एक के बाद एक मैं क्वेश्चन शो करूंगी इन अ वाइल एंड देन you need to answer here in the comment. Okay, attending class. I'm sorry, pre-attending class. Like, is there any other class you're talking about, or you're talking about a physical classroom where you are in right now? So we will start doing the questions. Okay, आप लोग जिनको मुझे नहीं जानते, I'm Niharika John Meher, English for competitive exams, and I'm here to teach you guys as well to make you really good at this subject English. हम करेंगे questions. इसके पहले कि हम start करें, like और share कर दो आप लोग. If you are new, subscribe as well. Just a second. This one. See? थोड़ा सा बस एक यही क्वेश्चन है ये वाले पैसेज का जो थोड़ा सा फॉन्ट छोटा है. जो आपको थोड़ा ट्राई करना है. आई कैन जूम फॉर यू एंड देन यू कैन लेट मी नो कि कब स्क्रॉल करना है. अदरवाइज फिर बाकी हमारे पैरास जो हैं पैसेजेस छोटे हैं. रिमेनिंग हाफ पार्ट. मैक्सिमम आप लोग देख सको, थोड़ा सा इस तो Okay, so the question here is, according to the passage, natural selection cannot anticipate future environments on the earth. As, according to the passage, something cannot anticipate other thing because, as means because, that means आपको reason बताने हैं, है ना? So natural selection cannot anticipate future environments on the earth. Therefore, the set of existing organisms can never be fully prepared for environmental catastrophes. तो यहाँ पे not prepared वाला point है, species not fully prepared to face changes that await them will face extinction. So you see यहाँ पे अगर हम आगे पढ़ते हैं, an outcome of this is extinction of those who cannot overcome adversities. कौन सी adversities are environmental catastrophes and that's the environmental change. तो first वाला तो definitely है, second option out हो जाए. All the existing species would get extinct as their genomes will not withstand. All is an extreme word. We need to figure out कि ये all है कि नहीं. Inavailability of genome to withstand changes would result in extinction. So this failure to survive can be attributed to the genomes which are unable to withstand. बिल्कुल वही वाला point है आपका. In biological evolution on the earth, extinction of species has been a major feature. Extinction of species is a common feature. Major feature है तो common भी हो ही गया साथ में. तो fourth भी मिल रहा है, but all the existing species extinct हो जाएंगी. This is not to get answer. बहुत simple था कि third है. Yes, C is the answer. So the passage का remaining part है 2 lines. They are given here. तो आप लोग इसको पढ़ के आंसर करेंगे अभी. 32, question number 32, and please start working on the question. Should I drop a hint? This is a direct question. So yes, you can expect some direct questions जो पूछे जा सकते हैं आप लोगों को. So the passage suggests that Darwinian theory of evolution is not theory at all because simple है यहाँ पे, यहाँ से पढ़ो यहाँ तक है ना. So therefore so-called theory of evolution is not a theory at all. Therefore के पहले आपको पूरा reason मिल रहा है. And it says that organisms go extinct as a function of environmental and biological assault. Answer is B. Same passage. Next question. ये थोड़ा ध्यान से करना because there is something that you have to assume. The previous one answer was B. Now please go ahead with question number 33. I would really want to see you people answering this one. This is an interesting question. Anyone else? This is very simple. Answer is A. Very good. C. Only species that have the ability to overcome catastrophes will survive. See, an outcome is extinction of those which cannot overcome the adversity. So इसी को अगर restructure करा जाए, so we are saying extinction of those species that cannot overcome is for sure. तो उल्टा क्या हो गया? Only those who can overcome will survive. तो पहला वाला तो बिल्कुल true है. It's the assumption I can make based on what is given. Okay, the data is here, the information is here. More than 90% of species on the earth are in danger of getting extinct due to drastic changes. Now, let's read. The earth may presently have up to 10 million species, yet more than 90% have ever lived on earth are now extinct. Okay, they are already extinct. So saying that more than 90% of them are in danger of getting extinct, that means they are still there but आगे चलकर extinct हो सकते हैं. So this is wrong thing to say. Darwin's theory explains all the natural phenomena. No, the natural phenomena like by other people, yes, it is doing that, but not all every other phenomena in the world, all के कारण ये गलत हो जाता है. Some of them yes, but not all. Yeah, so we are going through the assumption, but assumption should match with the information that is given in the passage. What passage is informing us is about something that has already happened. So the 90% of the species is already gone. Based on that, I cannot assume that again 90% will be extinct in coming days. So this is the reason that the data that is given here is not something that will help us to predict what will happen in future or assume, and that's why second one is wrong. It's a very specific number, no? More than 90%. So from where do we get that kind of assumption? I hope you're getting it now. Next one. Guys, just let's do the next question. This is not the question. There is some issue over here. The question. Please work with this. Okay. For this one, 41, question number 41. There was some issue with the previous question. So go ahead, do this one. Forty-one. Let's read. Both of you are saying D. Okay. Let's understand हमारा author क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा है. Now the question is that the passage is based on the idea. Main idea का question है ये. Okay. It says man should not work hard. Great evil of our age is overstrain. Man cannot think well. Man cannot care for his spiritual warfare. So many things are there. So we need to understand the main idea, not one of the thoughts. इसमें बस आपको ध्यान देना होता है ऐसे क्वेश्चन. So for 2 or 3 generations past, ever increasing numbers of individuals have been living as workers merely, not as human beings. An excessive amount of labor is a rule today in every circle of society. आज के समय पे ऐसा है. With the result that, and the result is that man's spiritual element cannot thrive. He finds it very difficult to spend his little leisure in serious activities. He does not want to think or cannot even if he wants to. He seeks not self improvement but entertainment, which would enable him to be mentally idle, to forget his usual activities. Therefore, so called culture of our age is dependent more on cinema than on theatre, more on these things than so serious literature. So there is an issue here. Okay, the issue is that men is working so much that there is no time for other things, and the answer is B. The great evil of our age is overstrain. उसी को तो explain किया है. There is overstrain, no time for anything else. One of those things is the spiritual element. That man cannot care for his spiritual welfare because there is more engagement in the work. So यहाँ पर ये तो होता नहीं. This is a broad thing to say. Man cannot think well about what. So this is a broad option eliminated. Men should not work hard. This is a negative advice and a strong word. That's why no. D could have been something जो आपको confuse करता, but that is just one thing, no? The idea of the passage is not one thing that is written in the passage. If you read again or you consider the whole passage as a whole, क्या सोचा होगा author ने? He started with that people are living just as workers, not human beings. And then he is explaining all those humanly things are ignored because there is so much of workload, and that's why B is there. I hope now it is clear. The main idea of a question, or whenever the idea of a question is asked, it means think this way. क्यों author ने passage लिखा? Why? What might be in the mind of author that he or she has written all these details, this information? That's how you can come to the answer of main idea. This one should be easy. What about you, Prateek? Okay. So this is called answer hiding in plain sight. It's D. D. हमारा passage बोलता है he does not want to think, or he cannot even if he wants to. He is incapable, or even if he is capable, he chooses not to. He seeks not self improvement, but so instead of this, he is doing something else, entertainment, which would enable him to be mentally idle and to forget his usual activities. The man does not seek self improvement because he is engaged in this thing. Okay? He is engaged in other thing. If we say is not intellectually capable, so if it see both the things are written here, it's not just one thing. He does not want to think, or he cannot even if he wants to. So it's or it's not the only thing. He has no time to do so is incorrect because he is doing something in the same time period. So let's say it's a Sunday. तो संडे को सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं कर रहा है बट ही हैज टाइम टू गिव इनटू अदर थिंग so we cannot say there is lack of time but it is the choice he is making. He is distracted by materialism. Yes, that is something we can see that he wants to earn, so maybe that's why, but no, there is no proof of this thing in my passage. So C of course was something जो हमने सबसे पहले eliminate करा होगा, and that's why D is your answer. Are you getting it? Answer was so straight, but we tend to think more that okay, this level of exam, how can it be such a straightforward answer? So you need to again keep things as per the passage and focus on the words and, or, contrasting words, conjunctions, so they will help you a lot to understand the correct relationship between two activities. So I think there is the playlist which we have on our channel. You can easily go through that, and then there are all my sessions recorded over there. Yeah. Okay. What about rest of you? आपका क्या आंसर है? प्रतीक का आंसर आ गया. Now I have one answer. Cool. So the question is, which of the following would invariably happen in a country when the demographic dividend has begun to operate? Okay, so it's a specific question. Most probably direct or थोड़ा सा indirect हो सकता है. The number of illiterate people will decrease. Number of illiterate will decrease. The ratio of very old, very young will decrease. Population growth rate will quickly stabilize. Okay, big thing. Let's see what the passage is saying. The demographic dividend, which has begun in India and is expected to last, is a great window of opportunity. Okay, good thing about demographic dividend. The dividend is basically a swelling in the working age population, which conversely means that the ratio of very young and very old will, for a while, be on decline. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ चाहिए नहीं. Nothing else is given about illiterate people का number and population growth. Super simple answer. Only the second one. This is inference based. So now you have to think, okay? Right. Okay. Inference. एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ. Try and understand what exactly is inference. So I have my water bottle here with. Okay. This water bottle is pink in color and I'm holding it. Okay. What all you can infer from these two statements? You can infer that um, this is. Can you infer this thing that this water bottle comes only in pink color? Tell me yes or no. Simple, practically समझते हैं, ठीक है? So I am holding a water bottle. This is pink in color. ठीक है? Now, can you say that the water bottle, the type of water bottle ma'am has, the sipper, comes only in pink color? Can you say that? You cannot. Because you don't know full detail. You cannot even infer because there is a possibility of other colors available for the same sipper. Okay? Ma'am's hand is not free to hold anything else. Can you infer this? Ma'am's hand, okay, ma'am's one hand is not free to hold something else. So if you want to give me something like a heavy thing, I won't be able to hold it. Yes, this you can infer. Okay, why you can infer? Because her hand is engaged in holding her bottle, right? So this is what you can infer, that of course she has two hands, one hand is already engaged, so she cannot hold anything else if something bigger is given to her. So inference आपकी समझ होती है based on a piece of information. Okay, now यहाँ पर बोला गया है demographic dividend is an essential condition for a country to rapidly increase its economic growth rate. The second says promotion of higher education is an essential condition for a country for its rapid economic growth. Okay, so let's see once again in the passage. Do I get any foundation for these two things? Any clue for these two things? Okay, demographic dividend is expected to last a couple of years and it is great window of opportunity. The demographic dividend is basically what उसका यहाँ पे एक example दिया है. From the experience of Ireland and China, we know that this can be a source of energy and an engine of economic growth. This can be, okay? There is a possibility, not this is, this can be. The demographic dividend tends to raise a nation's saving rate since in any nation it is working age population that is the main saver. Okay, since the saving rate is an important driver of growth, this should help elevate the growth rate. Elevate the growth rate. Okay, not that we are getting some speed, but elevate means growth rate will go up. At what speed we don't know. However, the benefits of, however, now there is a contrast. It depends on the quality of working age population, and this implies bringing back the importance of education, acquisition of skills, etc. Demographic dividend is an essential, necessary, must have condition for a country to rapidly increase its economic growth rate. No, it is not a must have. If it is, it can help us. But an essential condition, it's too much to say about this term dividend based on the information we get here. Promotion of higher education is an essential condition for a country. So yes, education ka importance needs to be brought back. But again, an essential condition, without it, nothing is going to happen. Rapid economic growth will not take place. Again, no proof of this point in the passage. Answer is D, neither one nor two. This is your inference. Okay, once again, let me explain you whenever you go for the inference based questions, what you are supposed to be doing. So in inference based question, it has to have some link in the passage. Passage में कोई एक point, दो बातें तीन बातें मिलकर एक point. There has to be at least minimum one word that indicates something जो आपके options में दिया हुआ है. It is not assumption, it is inference. Assumption में you can think of, okay, we don't have to go through each and every word, cross check them how they are given in the passage, but here it's a slightly different kind of question, right? Yeah. Essential comes under one of the extreme words. What about rest of you? Absolutely. Answer is A, and it's very evident, isn't it, from the passage that only an educated population can make best use. So, which of the following statements best reflects the underlying tone of the passage? Definitely indirect question है. Means यहाँ की बात को समझ कर पीछे छुपी वाली बात you have to understand. So let's first understand passage, which is a very short one. It has just two lines, two statements. In an economic organization, allowing mankind to benefit by the productivity of machines should lead to a very good life of leisure. And much leisure is apt to be tedious except to those who have intelligent activities and interests. So, in an economic organization, this is how it's going to be. Then, if a leisured population is to be happy, this was important. If a population that is enjoying leisure is to be happy, it must strong word, an educated population, and must be educated with the view to enjoyment as well as to the direct usefulness of technical knowledge. Okay, based on this we can understand author is saying it's actually an educated population that can best make use of the benefits of economic progress. What is economic progress? The leisure they are able to enjoy, the surplus money they are, or what they need more than that money that they have. Economy is going great, economic progress. So that's what is given over here. All economic development should be aimed at creation of leisure. That is not what my passage says. An increase in the educated population leads to an increase in happiness of its people. It's not like that. Even a less number of educated population can enjoy leisure and economic growth, and that's why C is gone. Use of machines should be encouraged in order to create a large leisured population. So, why D is wrong? Understand. You have to choose the statement that reflects the underlying tone. So, machines के बारे में यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? And must be educated with a view to enjoyment as well as to direct usefulness of technical knowledge. Also says that allowing mankind to benefit by productivity of machines से जो benefit हो रहा है should lead to a very good life of leisure. It has nothing to do with creating larger population. Use of machines should be encouraged. इतना तो सही है, it is half right. Yes, we can encourage. But in order to, there is a purpose to encourage the use, that is to create a large leisured population. But that is not what my passage says, no? That we are encouraging the use so that the number of people who are leisured people, their number would increase. तो वो तो बोल ही नहीं रहे हम. That's why wrong. How deep philosophical passage we have here. I will get back to it. Let me first do this question. Cool. We don't have lengthy passages, so try to go through things, to go through the passage more quickly if possible for you all. With a reference to the passage, which one of the following statement is correct? It is not possible for adults to feel thrilled by presence. Possible ही नहीं है present दे दो कितना भी. There can be possibility more than one reason why adults feel less thrilled. The author does not know why adults feel less thrilled. Adults have less capacity to feel joy of loving, being loved. इन सब keywords को ध्यान में रखें, be or dear. If presents bring less thrill now that we are grown up, perhaps it is because we have too much already. तो पहला रीजन हो सकता है that we have too much already, or perhaps it is because we have lost the fullness of joy of giving. There is another reason, or के बाद there is a second reason, because we have lost the fullness of joy of giving, and with its fullness, the joy of receiving. So you can see that there are at least two reasons mentioned here. So there can be more than one reason why adults feel less thrilled by the presence. आंसर कितना सिंपल था आपके सामने जो यहाँ पे है B. आगे भी पढ़ के बताती हूँ why others are not your answer. So children's fears are poignant. Their miseries are acute, but they do not look forward to nor too far backward. Their joys, अब बच्चों के बारे में बात शुरू हो गई ना. Their joys are clear, complete, because they haven't yet to add but to every proposition. Perhaps ये बच्चों वाला बात irrelevant है because all these statements here जो है adult के नहीं feel करने के बारे में. Perhaps we are too cautious, too anxious, too skeptical. Perhaps some of our cares would shrink if we thought less about them and entered with more single-minded enjoyment into happiness that come our way. तो ये भी आगे की बातें means यहाँ से यहाँ तक आंसर नहीं मिलेगा हमें. My answer was only from here to here where presence को लेकर comment करा गया है, and that is more than one reason we can find definitely why adults when they grown-ups are not feeling that much thrilled as they used to. Okay. Same question. This is interesting now. Same passage, other question. It is. So he's saying perhaps some of our cares would shrink if we thought less about them. The author of the passage is against. There is something he is saying not to do. So he's saying not to worry too much about the past and future. Okay? Being in the habit of thinking about presence irrelevant है, presence word common है, but this is not anywhere author has even slightly indicated. He is not against he not being thrilled, giving and receiving joy only partially. So of course the answer is super duper simple. Next 61. So please answer. And you are commenting that it's all okay, but where is the answer? Okay, so we have two people saying it's A. Did you read things carefully? The majority who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs, these people are easily influenced by opinions of others. इतना रेलेवेंट है हमारे लिए, ठीक है. बाकी अभी नहीं पढ़ रही हूँ मैं, बिकॉज योर पैसेज का जो इम्प्लीकेशन है जस्ट इस लाइन से निकाल के देना है. मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल डू नॉट एक्यूमुलेट मनी फॉर देयर नीड्स. वो करते ही नहीं है. व्हाट पैसेज इज सेइंग? पीपल fail, there are a lot of people who fail to accumulate money that is sufficient for their needs, and saying that most of the people do not accumulate money. करते ही नहीं है. फेल होना और करना नहीं, डिफरेंट बातें हैं. So for example, many students fail to understand parajumbles. Many students do not attempt parajumbles. अलग अलग बातें हैं ना. कैसे आंसर हो जाएगा ए? मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल नेवर फेल. ये तो अपोजिट हो गया. देर आर पीपल, मोस्ट पीपल दे आर फेलिंग टू accumulate. So there are people who fail to accumulate money for their needs. This was your answer. कितना simple है. There is no need to accumulate money. So this is a straightforward suggestion कि जरूरत ही नहीं है. This is absolutely wrong. So D was the first one to get eliminated. Rest of them को तो देखो. When you say do not and when you say they fail, they try. They might try a lot, but then they don't succeed. This is what author is saying. He is not saying that people are doing nothing about accumulating money. (62). This would be the last question for this session today. So when questions they are that easy, like the previous one, देखा देखते से ही first line itself is helping us with the answer. Take a second there and think a little bit more on how the structure of a sentence is and what exactly is the message that's coming from the passage and from the options. Bill? Absolutely right. People should not be influenced by the opinions of others. Main idea is something you will get to see that word repeated, that idea in every line of the passage. The majority of people who fail to accumulate are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit newspapers, gossiping neighbors to do their thinking for them. Opinions, thinking for them is opinion only. वो कहने का दूसरा तरीका हो गया. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on the earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions already ready to be wished upon by anyone who will accept them. If you are influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will not succeed. There is a lesson at the end, there is a conclusion. If you are influenced by what people think about you, their opinion, then you will not succeed. So people should not be influenced. That's what we get to learn. Author is saying that we should not be influenced by the opinions of others. People should accumulate as much money as they can. It is not the main idea of the passage from any angle. People should neither give nor accept the opinion. See, people should not accept the opinions is a different thing. People not influenced by the opinions is a slightly different thing, and giving opinion के बारे में तो बोला ही नहीं. People will succeed in any undertaking. No, you will not succeed in any undertaking if you are influenced. So people will succeed in any undertaking if they do not accept opinion at all. See, it is about getting influenced by the opinions. It's not like कि हमको किसी का opinion लेना ही नहीं है, हमारे बड़ों का and people around and all. So it's a very specific thing to say here, and that's why वो भी हमारा answer नहीं हो. Answer is A. Okay, that's it. Yes, we will be continuing with the questions later on. And आप लोगों के लिए जो course है UPSC CSAT का, you can find the link for that course in the description box below. Do check it out. Our website Crack Grade B. There are other courses as well to help. Okay, I'll be seeing you later now. Like और share करके ज़रूर जाइएगा. And playlist check कर लेना where you will get all the 5 parts. Today was the 5th part of reading comprehension. And these are interesting inference based questions, दिमाग लगाने वाले questions, assumptions, main idea and all those. तो आपको बहुत help होगी comprehension skills को sharpen up करने में. Okay, take care all of you. Bye.